It's another word from Robyn, and I got a lot on my mind today.
Unexplained, oh, unexplained, oh, unexplained, oh, unexplained, oh. Ooh, yeah, oh.
When I was younger, in my 20s, I had a steady diet of news. I would wake up in the morning and I would watch the news while I was getting ready for work. I would get into my car and I would either be listening to the news or music on my commute to work. And when I would get to work, there would be news on televisions in the break room, and I would kind of cycle through there, see what was going on. And then when I would come home from work, I would watch the news. It was like news at 5 and 6, and then I would watch the news. I don't even know. Things are so different now, but there used to be like a news at 10, a news at 11, and a late night, midnight news. And I used to watch all the news. And I'm just in a different place than I was 20 some years ago. I I try to stay informed, but I'm not in a place where I want to live my life focused on moment by moment, day by day, what's going on in all parts of the world. And these days there's so many avenues. It wasn't so, 20 years ago, I'm out there, I'm watching news, I'm listening to you. But now there's so many outlets. Some people get their news from social media. I mean, there's so many ways to hear about what's going on in the world, and it's just instantaneous. It's nonstop. And so I've noticed that some people that I talk to have taken a complete hands off approach where they don't want to know anything. Some people are locked in and they want to know moment by moment what's going on. There's some people on the in betweens, the outskirts. Like, everybody kind of has to find their way to navigate. And so for me, it's more so I feel that there are things that I need to know to function in society in a way that is, helpful to myself, to my community, and to understand the issues that are going on. But it's not my steady daily diet anymore. And I try to seek out sources that I try to seek out sources of information that, everyone's going to have a bias, but I don't like the sensationalized reporting and all of that. I just want to know, it's like, what was that show, Dragnet? Just the facts, just the facts, just the facts, ma'am. um, but one thing that has really manifested during this time, and there's so much going on. We all know there's so much going on. Is how much I need to stay close to the Lord. Like, I've been, getting back to. I definitely fell off for a while, but getting back to reading the Bible every morning, like before I start like my work, before I kind of start whatever I'm doing, to just have that time and read. And right now I'm in Matthew, the book of Matthew, specifically in Matthew 24. And so as I was doing my reading this morning, this is what I read. Matthew 24. This is starting at verse 4. Jesus answered, "Watch out that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains." I stopped right there. I could go on. I could go on. I invite you to go on, but I stopped right there just because I needed to digest just that, just that portion. And I realized that there's a lot of talk out here. There's a lot of deception. There's a lot of upheaval. There's just a lot. It's so much. And so in this time, what has been helping me is just to remember to draw close to the Lord, because he is my anchor, he is my protector, he is my clarity, he is my the source of my wisdom and understanding. And so he doesn't want me or you running around like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But he would have us to be wise, and he would have us to be prepared as much as we can. We don't want to, you know, begin to live a life of fear and hoarding and all of that, but to be prepared, to make sure that you have what you need. If you need medication, if you there are things that you need to live a healthy life, whatever you need, to make sure that you have it in supply, and to make sure that you have the essentials, like water, like pantry staples, beans and rice and things of that nature. But not to put yourself in a state of panic where now, when you lay down, rest will not come. Your mind is always turning. It's just going, going, going. And what did I do? And did I do enough? And so I'm reminded of just that picture of Mary sitting at Jesus's feet, and all the busy and all of the chaos and turmoil. I want to make sure that I am making time to sit at Jesus's feet, because it's a lot going on. A lot. And some things I can't even process because it's just too much. But there's a peace in laying it all at Jesus's feet. There's a peace in me saying, God, I don't know, but you know. Help me. Help me make good decisions. Help me make good decisions for myself, for my family, for my community, for this space that you've put me in the world. Help me, because it can get overwhelming when you try to take it all on yourself, and you weren't meant to. You weren't meant to take it all on. So, that's one of the things that has been on my mind, to stay focused on that. And another thing is, like, we don't, I don't know why we think we have so much time. We really don't have a lot of time. I Angie Stone, one of my just favorite singers, and just always seemed like a genuine person. I mean, I've never met her, but just from the times I've watched her videos, good sense of humor, just a lot of fun, and just an amazing voice. Just I've been listening to her music even more lately, and just remembering and being reminded of what a legacy she left us. Just so many, just musically, and she's part of the soundtrack of my life. And I was just thinking, you know, she had so many plans, so many things that she wanted to do, so many things she had her hands to. And, we just don't know when our time is going to, come to an end on this side, because I don't believe that when we leave here, that's it. I don't believe that. I believe that we're with the Lord and that we just move on to another place. And so I'm I'm reminded that I don't have a lot of time and that I want to do what I can to put goodness into the world. This is part of the reason why I have this channel because, like me, I've heard of people, suffering with, from fear and anxiety and I've mentioned in videos before that, I had an anxiety attack and in 2015 and I was just like, I don't ever want to experience this again. Cuz I thought that was it. I thought I was like, Lord, is this how I'm leaving? Sitting on the side of my bathtub? Like, that's not how I wanted to go. And, not that we have a choice in the matter, but I was like, no. And to find out that my heart was working just fine, it was an anxiety. And I thought, wow, anxiety can do that to you. I don't want any parts of that. And so I started on a journey to reclaim my peace because, Jesus gave me peace. It's like, well, why am I not tapping into this if he gave it to me? So all of that to say, whatever you have on your heart, whatever you know that God has been, telling you to do, whatever assignment he has given you, start moving toward it, start doing it, and it could be in stages, like, well, I don't have the money to do this or that. Listen, full transparency, my channel right now, you know, I had a subscription to something called Epidemic Sound, which is where I got my, royalty free music for my videos and my ambiance and all of that. Yeah, I can't afford that right now. So you won't be hearing that. You won't be hearing that until, I'm able to do that again. But does that stop me from making videos? No. And so what it also did was, as I've been learning how to create music, is I had to step it up and create my own little beat. So my little intro and outro, I had to make it. So it's you just move forward with what you have. It's not like, oh well, I can't. Well, if I don't have this and I can't, move forward with what you have. I've seen people have tremendous impact and they don't have all the bells and whistles, they don't have the fancy, maybe they skip over their words or stumble over their words like I do sometimes. I don't even go back and I told you I'm a recovered perfectionist. I don't go back and edit anything. I don't like take out that extra word and I stumble right there. No, just gonna get it all. Whatever I said, that's what you heard. And so, whatever it is, like, it's stop feeling like you got so much time. Oh, I'll do it, I'll do it. No, start doing it. So it's like, well, I really wanted to publish a book. Start taking the steps. I don't know how to do it. That is like not an excuse anymore. YouTube University, you on YouTube right now. Once you finish this video, I want you to type into the search bar how to publish a book or just whatever it is that you're trying to do. You want to learn how to paint, you want to learn how to create music. Hey, I've been on here. I've got my let me show it to you real quick. I got to unplug it. I got my little stuff in here trying to learn how to put things together. So, yeah, figure it out. Figure it out. I was I was looking at something one day. I can't remember who who wrote this, but it was like, it was something like take the leap and, build a parachute on the way down or something. And okay, that's really dramatic. Obviously, we don't want you jumping off and stuff, but the imagery is just like don't keep saying what you can't do and what you don't have. Work with what you have. Because I guarantee you there's someone out there who needs what you have. Like what they have to do and the steps they need to take, believe it or not, it's like a chain reaction. Like they're dependent on what you have. So once you put what you have out there, there's a chain reaction. It sparks something in them. This music that I'm working on, I'd always wanted to like learn how to, like make beats and, understand music production and, all that stuff. And I kept saying I was going to do it, learn how to play the piano. I kept saying, "Oh yeah, I need to do that. I need to do that." Years passed and years. And then I saw uh I saw someone who inspired me, and she's on Instagram, and I've known her for most of her life. And she inspired me because she just started singing, she just started writing, she just started doing things. And now I'm gonna put something in the description so that you can be able to check her out for yourself. But the point I'm making is, maybe I would have naturally come to where I am now later, but seeing her sparked me. So, and I'd seen other people, but for whatever reason, it was her. I was like, "Oh, you know what? I want to do that. I want to learn some stuff." So I started on this journey. And so, who is waiting to be sparked by you? Like, you don't even know. There are people watching you. They're watching how you move in life, and your influence on them is huge. You just don't know it. And maybe because, they don't tell you, but they're waiting on you. They're waiting on you. And we don't have a lot of time. I feel that more and more each day. And I'm not saying that to be like, "Oh, it's a panic." We just don't have a lot of time. So, with the time that you have each day, sow a little something. I was telling my friend not too long ago that I wanted to like try to like create a song a month. And I'm going in that direction. And even if I can't finish the song in a month, look what I did. Look what I did. In my heart, I would really love to release, at a minimum, a single this year that I have written and produced and performed. How crazy is that? So as I work on, learning the piano, I'm at the very beginning, learning scales and whatnot. There's a there's a sense of there's just a sense of thankfulness and accomplishment that has come over me, and there's a peace in it too, because I feel like I'm going in a direction that I am supposed to go in, and I don't know all the details. A lot of times we don't see how all of this adds up or manifests until we kind of look back and you're like, "Oh, well, I had to do that to get here, and I need to meet this person so that I could do this." And I've had just some beautiful people pour into me, and I don't want to, they're not pouring into me to get recognition, but you know who you are. You know who you are. You who encourage me. You who, listen to my little music samples, and listen to my lyrics, and encourage me and tell me, when something sounds off, and and but allow me to grow, and never demanding perfection from me, but just encouraging me to keep going. And I've had some people who have said, I've been very limited on who I, allowed to hear certain things. And, I definitely had somebody who said something negative to me. And I thought to myself, okay, you know, I it's all building my muscle to continue to keep going, right? And also to realize that you can't please everybody. Some people are gonna hear my music and be like, ugh. Some people are gonna hear my music and be like, psh, this is my morning anthem. Some people are gonna, hear my music and say, wow, I'd love to work with her. It's gonna be a range of responses, no matter what it is. And you cannot please people. Do not make that your quest, because it is a losing battle. So I want to just wrap all of this up. What? Okay. He wanted to say hi. All right. So he said hi. I wanted to wrap all of this up and just by saying that I encourage you in these days to, obviously stay informed, to do what you need to do to take care of yourself, your family, your community, to not get wrapped up in the daily headlines because they are not even daily, they're minutely, hourly, secondly. There's always something happening. But to stay on top of what you need and to draw close to God, to draw close to the peace that He has so freely given and that you can accept. And I just want you to walk away from this video feeling empowered that you can go forth and do, and that it doesn't have to be perfect, but that you just have to go forth and do. Stay aware, do what you're sent here to do, and share more kindness in the world because it is needed now, probably more than it has been, more than ever. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up right here, and thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting on. Just go on and do it. Also, please click like on this video. Clicking like on this video tells YouTube that this is content worth sharing, and they will show it to more people. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks so much for watching, and you are the best part of Unexplained Peace. Have a great day. See you next time.